Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for joining us today. My name is Rashmita, and I am the event planner for Microsoft Reactor India. This session will run over the next 60 minutes, including Q&A. But before we begin, please take a moment to read our code of conduct. We are all here to learn together, so please be respectful of other people's views, understanding of differences, being kind and considerate in the way you engage. The chat section will be open throughout, and we do encourage you all to participate. So please feel free to drop all your questions in the chat section. I would now like to welcome Swami, our speaker for today's session. He is an aspirant software architect and currently works at Applied Information Sciences. He loves to learn about new technologies, but for now, I will hand over to Swami to begin the session. Let me bring him into the stream. There you go.
Hey Rishmita, good evening.
Good evening, Swami. Over to you now.
Thank you so much. Is my screen on share?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining. These are some of the links which Rashmita will post it. That's my GitHub repo and all the events which I do every year. I tag it with that particular year speaker series hyphen the year name. You will see everything there. And this is the markdown file or the demo script for today's session. So there's a lot of things which we will be doing it today. So let's have a quick look at it. This is the MS module, and you can see what we are going to do today. And I'm still a learner. Apologize if I do any mistake, and please fasten your seatbelt. And you can see this, the entire playlist. I tagged it over here. So if you click on that playlist, you'll see all the previous 11 videos, and today's video, it will get added in a day or two, or it could be tonight itself. I'm not sure, but it gets added. So let's see, start from the prompt engineering perspective. So as we were going through the syllabus, official syllabus of AI 102, and we saw that we have completed these two these two paths. So you can see that we have completed this getting started with Azure AI services. We completed all those, and also computer vision solutions. We have completed these also. So these two are done, and we have jumped into develop generative AI services, develop generative AI solutions using Azure OpenAI services. We have jumped into that, and we covered this. Some piece is left over. We'll come back and hunt it down, and we'll see. Today we are doing this, and there'll be one more session. It will be the combination of whatever is left out in these two modules. We'll come and we'll hunt it down. Then we'll take it slowly, because the concept is we need to learn the knowledge. So it's not that how many sessions we are doing. So let's spend some time. That's about the introduction. So let's see what is prompt engineering, and why do we need to learn this prompt engineering. So let's see this one, understand this prompt engineering. So if you come back to this one, I mean, we'll come and we'll learn what things are, but at least we'll see that what is prompt engineering. If we go and ask this either in the chart or completions from Azure AI or AI service, OpenAI service, or OpenAI or GPT, or wherever these models are, we can go and ask this one. So it clearly gives some instructions or some response to this one, but we are not that much satisfied if we are not that much satisfied. So what we can do is we can go and again ask it, giving some more information. What is prompt engineering in context of Azure OpenAI? Okay, so I'm giving more context. Now see this, it clearly gives prompt engineering in context of Azure OpenAI refers to the process of designing and creating prompts so that the models will perform its job, like involve crafting a specific instructions or questions that will guide AI models to generate the desired output or response. Prompt engineering is important aspect of building effective and accurate responses from these AI models. So why should we learn this? Prompt engineering is very, very important. So this skill set, whatever the prompt engineering skill set, we are doing it in 2 sessions. We'll not cover everything in this one. In today's session, we'll cover to a decent extent. And again, in the next episode, we'll come back where we will do a deep dive into the AI Studio, as well as we'll be going through the little bit of advanced prompt engineering also. We'll see what best we can cover, but we are going to come back in the next session to cover these things, some of these things. So that's about the a little bit introduction about the prompt engineering, and I mean we'll go deep into that one. So what if I write this prompt and is that good enough? I just wrote some prompt here. No, whatever the prompt engineering skill set we learned here can be used in different places. So the same prompt engineering we can use in chat GPT. Suppose I want to generate some image, so I can go back to this one. I can ask, could you please generate a logo for Swami's Tech Skills Academy with blue background and books on the logo. So I just asked this one and asking it to generate it. So it is going to generate. Okay, see that I think it has stored my previous responses also. You can see that I just gave it created a nice logo for me. I said that please create a logo for Swami's Tech Skills Academy, blue background, and could you please add books inside this logo? It added. Now if I want font should be yellow color and Vardhana. So I added this and I click on generate. I will remove this previous one. I don't want that image. So let's see that the latest instruction I just added. I want the text instead of black. I want it to be a little bit of yellow, so it will be a little bit visible on the blue background. This I really liked it because I didn't expect that it does this fantastic job. But see this one. So this all comes from the prompt engineering also, prompt engineering itself. So the skill set what we develop once will be reused in many different places. No matter this one or Microsoft Copilot or anywhere where we are speaking to a model, AI model. So I don't know whether prompt engineering is useful when we are speaking with humans, but definitely it is useful when we are speaking with AI models. Okay, so we saw that how our skill set is reusable. So if you come back here, I'll see Copilot. I mean, just I'm giving a context. Why should we learn this one? So I'm asking this one. See this how beautiful it creates. I just asked generate an image. I said that a cat is eating sambar rice with a peg and chips for side. So see this, it has created a sambar rice, which is a South Indian food, and with cat eating this one. So this is all Like you see this cat is eating this rice and sambar, South Indian dishes, and the chips on side. So this all comes as part of the prompt engineering itself. Like you can see this one, how best you give instructions to it. Based on that, you will get the output. So sometimes what will happen is uh, some of these prompts we have to develop over a period of time. That means incremental. Like if you see that, how did I start this prompt? See like this. If you see this one, I said that just create a logo for Swami's Tech Skill Academy. So that what happened, it created it. And eventually I wanted some more customization. I said that, okay, add a light background. So it added a background. And I said that, okay, can you add some books inside that? And now, if you see that from there, we came till here with the books. And I said that, okay, can you add some yellow color font? I mean, my intention was not that it is going to create a yellow, and there's a spelling mistake, SWAMY. There's a double W. Okay, little bit of thing, but again, it comes here. You see skills, double K. These are small things, but we have to be little bit trying to understand like what is that we are communicating, how the models are understanding. And one more important thing, when we are working with this prompt engineering, if we send the same prompt to two different models, we can't expect both the models will give the same answer or similar answer. Because I was using uh, text davinci 003, and I asked what is the tallest building in Hyderabad, Telangana. So it gave some of the uh, some of the tallest building. Okay, we can ask it right here. We can ask it. I mean, what is the tallest? Which one is the tallest building? Which one is the tallest building in Hyderabad? Okay. Now here there are multiple things we have to consider. Now, yeah, this one, Lanco Hills. Now again, if I ask the same question, it will give something else. Let me try that again. Which one is the tallest building in Hyderabad? Wow, it's giving the same answer, but I used to get different answers previously. But looks like this is pretty much solid. Okay, same land coils. Let me fix it that. Okay, so a couple of things here. What will happen is if we take the same prompt and if we give it to two different models, let's take the example of the text models itself. Uh, Text Ada and Text DaVinci, and give the same prompt to those two models. They'll give different answers or slightly different, but definitely they don't. I can't expect that they will give the same output, because they have trained with a set of data, huge data with a lot of fine tuning and parameters and a lot of testing. A lot of things have been put into that to bring this model out. And another thing is, some of the things as might have been trained in a different way. So I asked the same question: which one is the tallest building in Hyderabad, to one of the model from Hugging Face. It said that Taj Mahal. I said that, oh no, I don't want people from Delhi and Hyderabad throwing stones on each other, saying that hey, it's not Hyderabad, it is in Delhi. So jokes apart. So it gives us a different response, okay, based on the model, what it is trained on. Okay, now let's come back and see some of these things. I'll switch between the documentation where I did a straight lift from ChatGPT, and some things here we'll go through, and something what I prepared it from ChatGPT, I show it there. So now this top P and other things will come back in the next, but as of now we'll park it. But we understood that what is prompt engineering, and it is very much needed. Okay, so I'll switch back between both. So prompt engineering, we saw that one. and this is very important for us to get a quality output and within a short time. Now see this, I could have crafted my prompt, taken some time and crafted it and given it to the DALI, so it would have given me the exact response what I wanted. But I went on increment. First, I said that give me the logo, and then said that can you add a blue background, then add a books and add a logo. I could have done it in one step. So that's what is very very important. It comes from experience. So the components of the prompt engineering. So I mean these are straight lift from GPT models. It's not my intelligence, guys. I don't want to take credit of ChatGPT. It's ChatGPT's intelligence. So clarity should be there. I mean, from the clarity perspective, if you see that uh, Hyderabad is there in India as well as in Pakistan, but I don't know how it figured it out. It clearly gave Hyderabad, and I could have done like this, Telangana. So Telangana. I mean, now I said that okay, I'm giving the more context that okay, Hyderabad, which is located in Telangana, and Telangana is there in India. So obviously it takes this one. So be little, uh, uh, give a little bit of clarity on that one. And another thing is specific details, something which is very whatever we want to do this one, give a specific instructions, and the context is very very important. Like if you see this one, you can ask like what is an apple. We'll see that here. Let me come back to this one. I said that what is an apple, and I'm asking what what is an orange, and next thing is who is Albert, who is Albert Einstein. And now see this, it has got the context. Like it has, first I asked what is apple, and I said that what is orange. I said that who is Albert Einstein, and now I'm asking which one is best. So now it has got the previous context. Now it will speak about these very specific things. Like you see this, it's, I said that which one is best means it is definitely based on the previous context. It is picking up, or I'm asking the next question is based on the fruits, because I asked what is apple, what is orange, and then I switched the context from the fruits to the scientist Albert Einstein, and now I said that which one is best. So if you see this one, determining which one is best on the context. So based on the previous discussion, what it has happened, it says that whether apple and orange it is comparing. Okay. Again, see this model's intelligence is saying that if you are referring to Albert Einstein, it's giving something else. But the previous models used to stop till here. It used to speak about apples or oranges, and it used to give a definition like whether apple is best or orange is best based on the facts like what it is providing. So the context is very very important. Like if you see this one, show JSON, you can see this if you go through. So this one system, it's a generic system. We'll come back and we will do it in the next session, because this session setting the ground itself will take a lot of time, because we'll be switching between the theoretical stuff and come back and do one or two practical stuff and correlate and compare. Now, if you see that, that's a system one. Now, assistant, this is system, user, and assistant. Now, three roles are there. Assistant is given. Now, again, user is asking what is orange, and assistant told something. Now, user asked who is Albert Einstein. So it has given that, and then we said that which one is the best. So we'll get everything here itself. Okay. And also I can come back to this one. I'll keep it there. Okay. So context is very important, and formatting is also very important. So what is the formatting? Let me come back here. Could you please give me top five uh, top five uh, breakfast items in items from North India. So I'm asking it to give me top five breakfast items from North India. So it gave uh, it in a bulleted points. So now I say that output should be in JSON. So let's see this. I mean, I didn't define any structure there. Um, okay. Mm, as JSON output. Okay, it all depends upon our prompt skills. Okay, it stopped listening to me. Cool, no problem. Let's see sample. We'll see this one. That's one object. I'll say name. So let's try to give it. Okay, it's not listening to us at all. We'll see. We'll come back to this one because the output also we have to top five cities densely populated. XML. Let's see that. Okay, now it is listening to us. XML format, so it helped us. Now I'm saying that JSON format. I can give that output. That means I'm telling that my intention here is it has to generate the output from that. Now see this. Now it has. Now we understood that. So similarly, this prompt engineering is a skill set, very important skill set, because in the previous one I couldn't hit it properly. I confused it based on my prompt because it is so simply it is giving this one. So let's take this and keep it aside so that we can use it later. And we'll say that top 10 fruits for muscle, for bodybuilding. Okay, just I asked some prompt and I didn't tell anything. Now it started giving its own way in JSON format. Okay, now here see this. Now we clearly understood it. I mean, if we can give it a sample output, what we are exactly expecting, like bananas, whether it has got a proteins or calories or whatever the breakups, we can ask it to do it. So that's how it does a better job. It's all depending upon us. Prompt should be very clarity and very specific, and context, like I want to get top 10 fruits. Any fruit? No, something which helps in bodybuilding. So context, and in some other place the context is different. Okay, and formatting also. So the example based zero shot, few shot, many shots, iterative refinement. So if you see that when we were developing the image, the chat GPT one, so there we saw that we were doing the iterative. We said that just generate a logo, then add a blue color background, then add some books on that, and add a yellow color font that we saw that. And example based we didn't do, we did a zero shot. Like if you see that whatever we did it here, were all zero shots. Um Okay, we'll come back to few shot, many shots in the next when we are doing this one. And this one we have seen it, like be explicit, test and iterate, monitor and adjust. We'll see that. Okay, so now let's come back to Azure OpenAI documentation, because I always rely on the official documentation and stuff. I go and copy paste and paraphrase and paste it. Better I'll come and here. Quotas and limits will come back, and the deployment types. First, we'll see this models. So let me come back here and see what is their effective prompts. We have seen that formatting, instructions, and primary uh, grounding context we'll look at in the next one. I mean, I'm wantedly skipping because we'll see that how much ground we can cover. Let's cover that. Improve the accuracy. Yeah. See this one. We saw that one in XML and one in JSON. Conversation history, few short and other things we will come back to this particular lesson in the next episode. Before that, we have to cover a lot of things. So I'm parking it here. Let's come back here. So what are models, and which model do we choose is very, very important. So now if you see that some of these models like text to speech, some things are Whisper, which is translate text to speech, DALI for imaging, embeddings, and GPT. And there were text models. I don't know why those text models has been mute. So these are some of the models, and what we need to do very importantly is we need to understand the versions and the capability, what it is, it does that. Okay, and one important thing here is we need to understand the tokens also. And what is token? Why do we need to worry about the tokens? Like if you see that OpenAI tokenizer. Okay, just click on that OpenAI tokenizer. You will find this one here. So if you see approximately 4 characters, that's just for English. Approximately 4 characters for English. Now, if you see whatever the prompt here, the total tokens it is saying 98. So you can copy that, and how it is 98 tokens, you can paste it here and it gives you the breakup. Now, if you see one space, that itself has become one token. Now, if you see that space and building, these all individual alphabets, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, these 9 alphabets has become one token, and just an empty space has become one token. That's the algorithm which uh, which defines this token. I mean, at the end of the day, approximate calculation is around 4 characters roughly. This is only for the English, but there is an algorithm behind this which calculates the tokens. You give the text and it calculates the token, and will be charged for these tokens. So keeping an eye on the token is very, very important. So what is that we are going to be charged? So what is a max token? Where do this max token comes into the picture is, suppose you are making the conversation with a chart. So what happens is it maintains the previous conversation. Like we have seen the example, what is apple, what is orange, and I suddenly switched back to the scientist Albert Einstein and then asked that which one is best. So the latest models are pretty intelligent. I mean, the previous models used to specify or give me an answer between apple and orange, say this, okay, this has got this has got this, both are best, and it tries to give a answer. Now the latest models are more intelligent than that, because based on the previous context, first it picked up fruits, and it said that if you are asking for which one is good between apple and orange, here is my output. If you are asking about Albert Einstein, this is what it is. So it's a little bit more intelligent. So we need to understand, and it is given all those things. And also, this one is very, very important. Standard deployment model availability. If you want, you can come back and scroll here. Now you can see this. This one, Babbage, Da Vinci. There used to be a very powerful completions model. These are completion model. Text Ada, Text Babbage, Text Da Vinci. So I think now it is available in very rare regions. North Central US is one, but we need to understand that where those models are available. So, and the quotas. This is very important. And the model retirement, now they are giving it, but if you see the deployment types, I think there is regional thing, but we'll park it. But we'll see this one, quotas and limits. This we have to understand very much before we start hitting it, and we might get answers sometimes, or we might not get. But please come back to this document to understand what is the limit, and okay, we have to do this one, and we'll see this one completions. Couple of things we'll see in completions and also in the chart. So let me come back here. So we saw this. Now we'll see a few of this one. So let me come back over here, and here I'm saying that input. I said that please write a happy birthday. So it wrote the happy birthday. And sometimes what we can do is so we can give partial answer, and it continues from there. So if it is, we are giving just input, like you see this one, whatever we did it previously, we can specify this is as output, and you can click on this. So it writes the birthday wishes to the mother, or I can specify to my, I will remove that, and here I'll give it. So it understands that, okay, a partial answer is given by the user, so it knows that from where it should continue. So it continues from there. Now, if you see, how do we do the chart between, so this I'll keep it. So here I have done that. So see this one, two models are giving two different ways. So as I was mentioning, it's the way it was trained, the amount of content, how did it was trained, everything will come into the picture. It's not that one model is giving a correct answer and other model is not giving a correct answer. No, it is because the way it was trained, the amount of content it was trained, a lot of things will come into the picture. So now we need to know that what each model is capable of and what is that we wanted. That is very important on that one. Now see here, here again we'll come back to the completions model. Okay, completions model, and I'm asking this one in format output, and again few of the techniques will come and learn. Now see this one, it does a better job on this one. and it is breaking over here. Now we need to understand that we asked about the top five and it stopped it. So let's switch to the postman for a minute, and we'll come back to this one. And I'll take this, and now I'm saying that I'll copy this somewhere. So we'll come back and we'll use it later. But now if you see that, let me close this. This is the structure which is going to get. We'll do a deep dive little later. Now, if you see this one, the finish reason is stop. And it has given all the 5 items, whatever we requested, it is given. See, this fifth item is vada. Okay. Now, here it stopped it because the token limit, the max token limit, I said that only 100 tokens. Now, what was the total number of tokens we have been charged for? Total number of tokens we have been charged for 297. So if I say that the quota for this is 300, 300. Now input again, I'll come back to this one and let me steal this input from here and put it here. And if I click on generate, now it has generated, but you see that, and because here the temperature is 1, so it will be random. You see this every time it generates the random output. Okay, so it all depends upon the prompt, and some of the times it depends upon the temperature. In this case, I want the temperature to be lower. We will discuss about that little later, but let's move forward. Now, top 5 here. I say that top 5 populated states in India in XML format. Output, and I want that to generate it. Now you see that it does a pretty good job of generating, and you see this 175 tokens. You can copy that and put it here in the tokenizer. So plus or minus it is the same, 175 tokens. I don't know why, but here it says that it is only 122 tokens, maybe because of the space and something else. No questions asked, but that's part of the prompt engineering. Now you can see, you can ask multiple questions here, and I can come in here and I say tallest building in the world. Okay, so see this, it was thinking that it should add more questions. Now to specify that I need outputs here. Now see this is how we are getting it. Now if I don't see this, if I don't give anything and I stop it here, as we have seen in the previous prompt where we said that happy birthday to my dearest, and then it said that mother, and it continued there. So some of the times it expects that, oh, you want that to continue with more questions, and it started with more questions. Now here I'm saying that, hey, I don't want any more questions, but please generate the outputs. Now if I click on that, now based on the previous questions, it is going and it is bringing all the information. So the 10th one is also here. So that's, everything is like this one only, prompt engineering. Now if you see this one, so it writes a big email, this one. And suppose I can say that let me bump it up to 600 tokens because it might need more. Please write an email to my manager So, asking for 6 weeks vacation. I did not take any vacations since past 3 years. Okay. Uh, that's it. So let's see that how it does. Okay. So see the subject 6 weeks vacation, and it say that it's giving a justification also. Have been working diligently for past 3 years without taking any time off for vacation. So it does a better job, and sincerely, it does a serious better job of that. So that's another thing. Now we'll see the prompt engineering from here. Some of the things which we will be seeing from here, as we have seen, one of the things is that, and what was the previous one? It was about this one, dosha. See this. Write a social media post about dosha center, homemade spices, dosas made with love, and tons of homemade butter. Tons of homemade butter. So now you see this. It gives us this. See this delicious, including hashtag butter lovers, homemade spices, my dosa center, dosa love, hashtag, like for Twitter, social media post for Twitter. Now let's see this. Will it make some adjustments? We'll come back and we'll see this one. So see, the finish reason is stop. So that means the tokens are within the limit. Now what I can do is I can say that generate 4 of these. So n, how many? 4. Generate this 4. Oh, okay. What is that? Currently 4. Oh, okay. So best of 4 should be best of 4 and generate 4. So now we'll see here it generated 4 of these. We'll be discussing about the content filters in a separate session, but we'll not mix it with anything. So I'm keep parking it. Now you can see this one. It is generating 4. But if you see the number of tokens, it will be consolidated for each. So you should be very careful when you're doing this one, because let's see that I said 100 tokens. Now, internally, if you see that what is happening, let's come back. At the bottom, you see this 330 tokens it has consumed. So what is very much important is this max token is for 1. And we said that best of 4. That means it creates internally, it creates 4. But I said that create 4, but give me 2. So that means it creates best of 4 and it gives us 2. But from the tokens perspective, you will be charged for this 4. Even though you have asked to give it only 2, we have asked it to give only 2. But from the cost perspective, we asked it to create 4. Now we say that create 10 and give 2. So that means the cost will be for total 10. You see this? It went all the way till 700. So the cost, whatever we are getting charged, is for the best of. So if you say 100, best of, create 100 items and choose top 2 and give it to me, it does that. But whatever we are being charged for the total number, whatever we have given here. Okay. And now if you see that I say best of 1 and give me 1. So let's see one more thing here. It is over here. Now if I execute it for another time, I see this a little bit. You don't find this authentic taste anywhere else. It's giving a different one. Now, if I see this, I make it 0, and let's see what is that message. So at least I wanted to remember one or two words. Carving some delicious dosas, and again I'll come back and you see this output is same, I think so, because carving some delicious dosa. Now I'm executing for the third time and come and see carving some delicious dosa. Now if I, as and when I made this temperature to 1, so now its imagination goes and it brings every time. See this time calling all those lovers. It's like uh, software people, we are calling call for speakers, or calling all Azure folks to come down, something like that. See this, every time we execute it when the temperature is 1, it gets imagination. Now we should know when we should adjust the temperature to 1 and when we should adjust the temperature to 0. So sometimes if you are asking what is the formula for a plus b whole square, we don't want the temperature to be 1, isn't it? Yeah, we don't want its imagination to work and give something for a plus b whole square. We want a fixed answer, whatever is truth. So for those kind of things, we want the temperature to be 0. That means more towards realistic. I mean, we'll come and do a deep dive when we are doing next session, which is OpenAI Studio deep dive and some other prompt engineering techniques. You see that lowering the temperature means the model will produce more repetitive and deterministic answer. So it depends. When you have to get the deterministic answers, and when you want its creativity to pitch in and give very creative answers. So when it comes to the social media posting, in this example where it is a dosha center one, we want its creativity to pitch in. We don't want a fixed kind of answers. Like I'm trying that. Give me some dosha center or some hashtag which I want to put in. So I want it to generate new creative hashtags and other things. So again, we'll come back and we'll see the top P probability when we will use this, and we'll do some other deep dives in this one. But at least we'll stop here. So now we see that, and one thing what we will see is we'll see try our own completions. So here, how do we know to create this code? We don't need to sweat at all. So Microsoft has done a pretty good job of doing it. All we have to do is click on this one. Oh, there's a tons and tons of prompt samples are there. I think let's quickly, we'll see 2 minutes here. So which one? Okay, product description and content. Use prompt. I just click on that, so it comes, and it has completions, and I say that generate the output. So pretty much it is generating. I mean, we are hitting the limit of the tokens, and if I bump it up to 1,000 and come back to the bottom of that and click on generate, because if we give those prompts, you can see that, see, it's designing a lot of these things are there. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Now what is very important for us is click on this view code. So when you click on this view code here, you will see the curl, C#, Python, and JSON. I generally fall back on this JSON or curl. So if you click on this JSON, it exactly gives that what all the parameters which is going on from here. Like prompt is the one which is very much needed. Apart from the temperature, top is 0.5, frequency penalty, presence penalty, max token is 1,000, best of 1, stop at none. So where this stop will come is if you're saying that generate the top five populated states of India, stop at two means it will stop. It will not generate all the 10 states, but it will stop. Uh, it will stop in between. Like if you see that, oh God, just give me a minute. Yes, yeah, okay. So yeah, here. So let's come back to this one. Input is this, and let's give this an input, and we'll say that output, and I click on generate. I mean, a variable we don't need it. It is coming here. When I come here, stop sequence. I say that stop at three. Okay, stop at three. So let me come back here. Now you see that even though the instructions, I say that um, give me five states, but I'm saying that stop is at three. So that will come into the picture where is very important. If you see that stop sequence is three, that means wherever it finds three, it stops. If that Maharashtra three, that means it's stopping it there. So that's very important. Now, from the curl perspective, if you come and see this curl perspective, it is very important for us to understand that it gives this entire URL. So that URL we need to pick it up. So that's over here, that endpoint, and which is what is the version 2309, and is that the one? Yeah, 230915 preview. You can see that 230915 preview, and rest of the things are pretty much important. We need to pass this. So how do we craft it in the Postman is very important. So if you see that from the params perspective, we will give the API version, it comes there, and from the headers perspective we need to send the API key. So that API key, I put it as part of the at the folder level, so it comes automatically. Now the body, now this body is very important. If you come back over here and you see whatever is this body, and just from the body perspective, fall back on JSON. So we exactly know that how do you bring in this one. So you can see that temperature, echo, and best of max tokens, and all these things. Echo is false, but best of and all these things are coming in here, temperature, and we can click on this one. The same prompt, whatever we were giving it there, we'll be giving it here. And from the C# perspective also, if you see that, you can write it over here and you can copy this all. So let's see that how it looks in the C# sample. So this sample, I have given the variables which you have to create it. I'm using the secrets JSON. So that's over here, which is outside my outside this code path. So that will not be there. So if you see this from the configuration perspective, I'm having the strongly typed object. So whatever is there inside our JSON, that same object, easy AI SVC app configuration, the same thing, and you see all the properties here. So what is happening in C#, where we are hooking up is, we are saying that here in the extensions, you see this one, we are getting in this config. We created this class file. I'm calling it as app config, and I'm saying that configuration. What is this configuration? This I configuration. The configuration.get section, this one, is we are saying that from this app settings or secret.json, wherever it is, get this section, okay, and bind it to this class. So this class will have, should have, exactly, should have the properties. If you're changing, adding additional properties, please ensure that you're adding it here. So we're saying that add those properties and create the config object, the strongly typed, and I'm injecting in the services as part of the services as a singleton. And now here, when it is coming to the program.cs, because that is getting configured here, host extension, get host extension builder, it is coming in here. That's what we saw here. It created that. And app extension is couple of header footer, just a hello world kind of coding. And here you see that is retrieving the particular service from the host, and that's an app configuration. And you see here we are using two things. One is the system text. Here we are defining that what and how it should behave. So we said that you are so and so, you will be responding to these things. Like if you say that you are a cardiologist and ask anything regarding the heart patients or something related to that area, it goes and searches and give this one. So here we are giving, saying that you're an assistant people, and also you will answer from the text provided in the prompt and respond concisely. Now grounding dot text. Now if you see that in the in the GPTs, when you're trying, you can ask API. When you're calling this API, you can ask that whatever we are asking, and say that what is the time in India. So then sometimes it says that I don't know what it is. So in that time, what will happen is we'll be writing either functions or tools. It's called as functions now. It's being called as tools. So we have to write it. So now here, this grounding information is bringing our own content. So it's about the wildlife. So let me show you. So what we are doing here is we are reading the system instructions. So this you can come back and look at this one, the chart, and go and view the code. So you will see that here the messages and all those things. So similarly, when it comes to this one, you will be seeing those things, like you see the messages, like what should be the system messages and what should be the user messages. So all the messages we are loading it here, and we are invoking. So where we are doing is one is the system instructions is being loaded, and also user messages is coming in here. So if we see that the grounding text, in the grounding text, we are reading the grounding text and the user message, and then we are passing as a user message. Now the system message, we clearly told that you're a generic system, you will find that. So here it goes and invokes the chart API completion. You will see the response, because understanding that object is very important. The response object, the structure, because once we get that, from there it will be very easy. Because if we know the structure of this JSON structure, if you know, now we can use any of those tools to go and model into the C# classes or Java classes or whatever the kind of classes it is. So if you see that we have executed it, and it is saying that press any key to continue. So using system messages from system.text. Now you can come and see that where is that line here at the top, using system messages. Here it is asking for type. Now I'm typing who is God. Now it is trying to find, and you can see this, it says, but from the value completions perspective, the choices of one is there, and inside that, if you go and look at the app, it's not anything to do with content filters. We have the message over here, and you can see this. The text provided does not mention anything about topic of God. Okay, so that it didn't get it from there. Okay, I cannot provide on that one. So now what we can do is we can come back to the sample over here. What animal is the favorite of children at Contoso? Because that's there in the grounding.txt. If you go and look at the grounding.txt, Contoso's red panda is the one which is being discussed over here. And you see this one, looks like that's a favorite one. Now we'll ask the same question to this one. Now sending the prompt. Now we got the response. Now I will look at it in the quick watch, and you see that again the choices is one. And let's get into the message. And you see the favorite animal of children at Contoso is red panda. So we got that response. Let me click on that. But understanding the object, how it returns, is very important. Sometimes, if we know that the response is will be a single object, when we sure shot know that response will be a single object. In this case, you see choices of zero. So that means it has generated only one. What if I say generate two outputs? That means now the choices of zero and choices of one. So sometimes when we know that for sure it generates only one output, we can go and pick it up the choice. You know, if not, we have to write another programming mechanism where we have to loop through and find out. Okay. So that's it from my side, folks. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and please do let me know if you have any queries. Back to you, Susmita.
Thank you so much, Swami, for the amazing session, and thank you all for joining us today. Please visit Microsoft Reactor website for more upcoming session. Feel free to use the Learn module link. This will give you access to additional resources to take your learning further. Thank you all once again, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Good night, folks.